Great. Well, good to have you all here, and we shall just start with some breath work. I love using the breath as a tool to really land in our bodies, get into our bodies, feel where maybe we have movement or lack of movement, or so please play with your breath. Okay, so let's first just organize our sitting position. See if you can feel like your feet are planted on your foot plate or planted on the floor. If you need to look down, and organize them so that they are just straightforward. And then you can wiggle the pelvis around a little bit. I'm going to actually move one of my feet backwards a little bit. One way you can kind of even organize your feet sometimes is to look down at your knees, right? And if your knees are a little bit skewed, then perhaps your feet are a little bit skewed. And if it's not your feet, then maybe it is your hips. So then you can kind of wiggle around the hips a little bit as best you can. See if we can feel like we're on top of the sit bones. And maybe just take a few mindful breaths, feeling our ears, shoulders, ribs, hips really just lined up and perhaps even stacked up on top of each other, right? And then we'll just take some nice, easy inhale through the nose. And if you can, exhale through the nose. So let's try and do as much in and out through the nose. I will sometimes exhale through the mouth so that you can hear me exhaling. But I'm trying to emphasize more and more just kind of long, slow breaths so we can feel and direct that breath. So we're going to inhale and just bring the breath all the way down into the feet if we can. So inhaling long, maybe for a count of 3 or even 5 counts, and everyone will breathe at a different count. So you can count to yourself, inhaling and then exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So just taking a couple breaths, seeing if you can direct the breath, that inhale breath down into the feet, feeling maybe some energy. If you can't feel your feet, some energy. If you can feel your feet, see if you can feel them spread apart with that inhale breath, and then exhale. They maybe land a little heavier into the surface they're on. And then we're just gonna move our attention up the body. Let's take a few breaths and breathing into the thighs. You can even take your hands and just press into the thighs if you're able to do that. Inhaling and kind of just directing the breath down through the thigh bones, the femur bones, over the knees, and then exhaling, maybe hold onto the knees. So again, it kind of just grounds you all the way down into the feet. So let's do one more breath with that. And exhale down into the feet. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to direct our breath into the pelvis, our pelvic bowl, I like to refer to it as. So let's imagine the bowl of our pelvis. The base of our bowl is the sit bone area, kind of the sit bone to the pubic bone. And the rim of the bowl is the top of our hips, all the way around to the top of our pelvis behind us. So kind of on me, it's just about right above the screen here. So we're going to inhale. Maybe imagine we're pouring water into that pelvic bowl. And then exhaling, just allow the water to sink down into the base of the bowl, down into the sit bones and that area between the sit bones and the pubic bones. It's kind of almost a triangle shape. So we're going to inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, filling up that bowl, and then exhaling, just feeling the weight of that bowl drop. And perhaps you'll even start to get a little lift of the corset, the rib cage, the torso up out of the bowl. So take another breath with that, inhaling into the bowl. Try and direct, maybe even feel the diaphragm move down into the bowl. And then exhaling, nice and heavy. And then nice, we're gonna move now and direct your breath into the low back area. So if you can feel the low back, you wanna imagine seeing if you can expand the low back wide. If you can't feel it, you're gonna imagine it. So inhaling and just feel that width. And again, you can still feel the diaphragm lowers down as we inhale. And then exhaling, start to imagine you can draw the corset together. So this space between the hips and the ribs where our low back lies, you're gonna imagine we can draw it together. And get a sense of, as you exhale, drawing that belly button in towards the back of the waistline, maybe into the chair back. And then inhaling, the diaphragm lowers. And exhaling, belly button to spine, the diaphragm really draws back up. And again, maybe you start to feel some more just lifting and lengthening. So notice that, how the breath can help start to do that for us. And then we're gonna breathe into the ribs. If you want, you can kind of use your hands around the rib cage, or you don't have to, you can use them here like this, or you can even kind of give yourself a hug. And you just want to inhale into, so if you're giving yourself a hug, you want to feel the hands on the ribs. So not around the arms, but on the rib cage itself. So we're going to inhale and feel the rib cage open up. Feel the ribs maybe even lift. And then as you exhale, you can think of kind of hugging yourself, squeeze your ribs to get all of the air out, every molecule of air. So inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhaling, squeezing the air out. And if you have your hands here, I'm going to put my hands here just so that maybe you can see some movement. So you're going to inhale. See how the hands lift a little bit? That's what our ribs are doing. And then exhaling, the rib cage draws together to get the last bit of air out. You don't have to use the hands, but it's just a tool to identifying with our breath and feeling our breath, and perhaps enhancing the movement of the breath. Okay, we're gonna move up just into around the collarbone area. And let's just do kind of a little quick mini massage, kind of massage along from the base of the sternum all the way up into the collarbone on one side. Just a quick little mini massage kind of on the bone and around the bone, and then all the way up and around onto the other side. Bring some awareness. Wakes it up a little bit, because we want to stay lifted in this area. Those of us who sit in a chair all day long can end up just sort of starting to dump over, right? So we want to stay lifted up, at least during this class. Okay, and so we're going to stay nice and lifted up here, and we're going to inhale. Imagine we can broaden the collarbones even more and feel the shoulder blades kind of move back. Feel the arm bones move backwards. And then exhale, imagine the shoulder blades are going to glide down the ribs towards the hips. So as we inhale, I'm going to be our shoulder blades here with my hands. We inhale, we really widen across the top of the blade. And then as we exhale, the blades glide down, right? Okay, let's do a couple breaths now here, just starting to do some head nods, which is going to really bring the head on top of the spine. So we're going to inhale and give ourselves a double chin with that head nod. So it's just a head nod, And as you do that nod, hopefully you feel a little stretching in the back of the neck. And maybe in your own screen, you can feel your head, the top of your head here, stretch up towards the ceiling. Reach towards the sky with that head nod. Reach towards the sky. Reach towards the sky. And then we're going to keep that head nod position. Inhale, stretch and look over the right shoulder. Take a breath here and widen across the shoulder blades, the collarbones. Look with eyeballs, straining the eyes to look over the head. And then we'll bring the head back over and look forward. Take a breath, maybe head nod here again. So we make sure we have that head nod, and we'll turn and look over the left shoulder. So looking as far as you can, shoulders wide, eyeballs strained to look over that shoulder. Good, and then bringing the eyes forward and the head forward. We're gonna do that one more time, except we're gonna work with the eyes a little bit more. So head nod, and then turn and look over the right shoulder. Eyes really work hard to strain and look. Keep that left shoulder anchored back. Now keep your head turned, but bring your eyeballs as far forward as you can. So it's not natural, right? We're working the eye, the optic nerves, then bring the eyes over that right shoulder again. Maybe you'll get a little more rotation, then bring the eyes forward, and that brings your head forward. And looking over that left shoulder again, one more time. So anchor the right shoulder blade back, eyeballs straining to look over that left shoulder. Good. Keep your head turned, eyeballs strain to look forward, but keep your head turned left. Good. And then turn your eye, bring your eyes back to the left again. Maybe feel a little more, so you might feel some more stretch across the pecs, the neck on the right side, and then bring the eyes forward to bring the head forward. So working with the eyes and noticing how they can influence just opening up. And they also influence just kind of resetting our nervous system. All right, so let's do some shoulder shrugs. So staying in our beautiful alignment of head on top of the spine with that head nod position, and inhale, just shrug the shoulders straight up and then drop down. Straight up and just feeling the shoulder blades move. I'm into really getting that, feeling that movement and noticing maybe if there's crunchies. So that's straight up, and the weight of the arms really drop down. Nice. Straight up and drop down. Now let's bring them straight up and then squeeze back and down and then around forward. So making some shoulder circles, rolling forward, rolling them around and back. And then let's go ahead and go the other way. So just rolling forward, kind of up and around and forward, up and around and forward. And awesome. Let's do one at a time. Taking it up and around and back, up and around and back. Kind of show me your arms. Be as sultry as you can. Yeah. Use the shoulder motion. Yes. And be a little silly about it, because that helps. Do. Awesome. Okay, let's bring the hands just up onto the shoulders now and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Elbows pull back, and then we'll inhale, pull the elbows together, and then exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades. So we'll just do a few here. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, pull the elbows together. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades to pull the elbows apart. Now we're going to make circles with the elbows. So really over exaggerate these circles. We're drawing. I imagine we've got crowns on the end of our elbows, and we're going to get in trouble because we're drawing on the wall. And we're going to go the other way. Squeeze those shoulder blades back, out, up, and around. Yeah, one more time. This is a great thing to do. Like, if you do nothing else, I think elbow circles are like the way to go. And they're great for getting you ready to go and get on your hand cycle or get in the pool for any other of those activities. All right. So we got those shoulder blades kind of woken up here. Let's bring our hands as if, actually, I'm going to have you have your hands facing each other here. So, and elbows at a right angle. Imagine actually you're holding a shoebox here. Okay. So you have this shoebox. So that's how your hands are that flat. You're holding your shoebox. Your shoulder blades are pulled back and down. And we're going to press. Now we're going to release the shoebox as we press against some imagined resistance. Squeeze the elbows into the waist. And then keep squeezing the elbows into the waist. Keep those mid-back and external rotator muscles as you bring the hands back to the shoebox. So we're going to inhale and open. And exhale, bring it back. Okay, so feeling these shoulder blades draw down and together, and feeling these external rotator muscles of the shoulder. So really hugging the elbow into the waist is, I think, kind of key to tap into some of the external rotator muscles. Let's do one more here. We've probably done similar stuff maybe with a TheraBand before. It's nice to do just without and really focus on imagining that resistance. Let's do palms down. So shoulders back down, and we're going to do 5. And exhale. So, and if you can keep the elbows in at your side, pretend you're holding onto a towel underneath between your elbow and your torso there. Pulling apart, pulling back together. Let's do 2 more. Pulling apart, pulling back together. Just nice chest opening, pulling apart and pulling back together. Awesome. Okay. Roll those shoulder blades back and down. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, press down and give it maybe a little more energy than we have been. So scooping through the air and pressing down. You know those winged wine openers? Most of us do if you drink wine. If you don't drink wine, then imagine these winged wine openers, right? As you press down where the wings and our head is the cork and it's pressing up out. Inhale and get that cork out. Let's pulse the breath here. So we're going to inhale up for 2, exhale down for 2, and really hug the arms into the sides of your chair once you get down. Okay, so you feel these muscles get activated. So it's up, up, and then exhale, down. So in, down, down, and let's do 3s, okay? Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. So really parsing the breath out. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Shoulder blades are gliding down the rib cage. You're squeezing them together as you pull down. Let's do 4s. If you can parse the breath out for 4 counts. So and that last breath, get every molecule of air out. Really hug your chair. Up, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, hug. One more time. Nice, beautiful. Okay, let's just kind of shake those shoulders out a little bit. And we're going to bring now just one arm up. I'll mirror you all. So you are going to bring your right arm up. Inhale, stretch to the sky, crown of the head to the sky. Yes, and we're going to side bend. Side bend over. Try and think of reaching the crown of the head long. Now that right shoulder blade, pull it back. The tendency is for it to roll forward. So we want to keep it. We want to keep our body in between two panes of glass. We're going to reach that arm up to come back up to sitting tall. And then the left arm, reach up, grow tall first. Imagine you've got water at the top of your head. You're going to pour that water out and reach. Now roll that left shoulder blade back onto the back. Good. Reach in order to bring yourself back up. Okay, let's bring the right arm up again. Nice and tall and side bending over. Think of lifting that left waistline away from the floor. Good. Now we're going to reach that top arm and then we're going to exhale, pull the elbow towards the waist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. So we'll do 8 of these. You're going to reach, grab a hold of something that like a spring or something you've got some resistance on. You're going to inhale, reach for it. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach, open up that whole side body. And 2 more. Now reach to the sky and then reach out wide as you bring yourself up tall. Awesome. Bringing that left arm up. So think tall, staying between those 2 panes of glass, side bending over, reach that left arm as far away as you can, grab a hold of something and pull it back, elbow to the waist. Inhale, reach, shoulder blade into the back hip pocket. Inhale, reach, exhale, squeeze. Pretend you're pulling against that resistance, right? We'll do 3 more. 2 and 1. Now reach to the sky and reach out to the side of the wall to bring yourself up nice and tall. Awesome. Let's bring our hands back to that right angle at the elbows. So we're going to lock those shoulder blades back and down. We're going to keep the left one still and we're going to slide the right one out and then squeeze that shoulder blade back and down. And then the left one, inhale, reach it and exhale, pull shoulder blade back and down as the elbow comes back into the chair back. It's like you're offering me something and then you're taking it away. You're offering me a whole bunch of money and then you decide to take it back. Inhale. And or maybe let's call it a chocolate. Yes. Would you like some chocolate? And then excellent. No, I think I'll keep it myself. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull back. Let's do 1 more to each side. Beauteous. Can we do both arms at the same time? So some of you may have more range than I do. If you can, reach those arms all the way forward and then exhale, pull them both in. And make this arm movement come from the back as much as you can. So really feel it in your back. You guys look great. So 1 more time, reach and pull it back. Sweet. Okay, now we're going to do just a little bigger movement, kind of back and forth. We're going to bring that left arm up. And now we're going to rotate the ribs as much as you can. Do the back stroke. And bring that arm back around forward. Okay, so you're going to inhale. You can let your eyes follow the hand. And I like to just do one side at a time to start. So we'll do 2 more on this side. And then we're going to go to the other side. So you're going to reach that arm up and around and forward and turn and look. And turn and look. So some of us have more movement in the rib cage than others. If you have rib cage movement, let those ribs rotate around as much as possible. We're going to do 3 more. And now we're going to alternate. So we're going to bring one arm up and around, and the other arm up and around, and move with your breath. Inhale up, exhale, sweep it forward. Inhale up, exhale, sweep it around forward, and sweep it around forward. You guys look gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous movement. I love it all. Let's do 2 more to each side. Really exaggerate these last couple. One of my teachers, Ron, oh my goodness, I just lost his name out of my brain. One of my teachers, I will just say, he was a dancer, and he would always say, exaggerate the movement and put your emotion into it. So let's do that for a couple of these. So it's like, right? And have fun with it, and really reach and enjoy and discover. All right, doesn't that feel better to get a little emotion into it? Okay, great. Thanks for playing with me on that level. All right, let's we'll tie it up just in a couple minutes here. We'll finish up. Just bring our arms out to the side, and I'm going to focus you guys on just one of my arms so you can see my hands. So we're going to reach down towards, kind of at a 45-degree angle away from the body. And we're going to zoom in on me and my hand. And so reach with all those fingers. Can you see that hand? Good. And then bring the pinky finger towards the palm. Press as hard as you can, and then drag it, and then extend out those fingers again. And then with the ring finger, you're going to reach that ring finger towards the palm, press it into the palm, and drag it out, really extend. Lots of energy, stretch those fingers out as long as you can and as wide as you can. And then the middle finger, extend. And then the pointer, the index, extend. And then the thumb can reach across and extend. Let's do that again. Pinky reaches, drag and extend. Ring, reach, press, drag and extend. Middle, reach, press, drag and extend. And then pointer, reach and extend. And thumb, reach and extend. And then let's just do some little wrist circles with the hands. And the other direction. And good. I hope you guys were doing that with both hands. I wanted to zero in on my hand so you could really see what I was doing. Did you not? Okay, let's do another set. I don't think everybody did. Okay, we're going to have to do another set with both hands. I'll zero in on my other hand this time, just so you have a little different view here. So hand is, pinkies reach towards the palm. And reach and drag, and then ring, reach, press, drag, extend. Middle, reach, press, drag, extend. Pointer, reach and extend. Thumb, reach and extend. And again, pinky, you guys got it now. And ring, and middle, and index, and thumb. One more time to be even. And ring, middle, index, and a couple little circles, shake it out. And yeah, you guys are on to the next thing now. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to share my knowledge, and enjoy this day. Sounds like a blast.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, Liz Ann. Thank you so much.